So a lot of you have asked me how the greenhouse is going this year. Well, as you know, a greenhouse, all my flowers came out until the weather turned. So there's really no greenhousing from late spring to mid-fall. But we got early snows and frost this year, so everything on an emergency went back into the greenhouse. So now we've got time to take everything back out of the greenhouse and to trim everything down, get some new dirt, change some pots, and get everything cleaned up for the oncoming winter. Now we've already had 2 snows and some sleets, but today is about 52, 53 degrees out. Today's the perfect day to bring everything back out and to get the greenhouse ready to rock and roll. So come on, let's get started. So here John's just clearing out the garden. We'll probably need some of that good nutrient dirt where we've been composting and stuff for some of our potted plants. So he's gonna clean the garden out. This was our vertical garden. We have a video online here for that, and I'll post a link for it right here. But anyway, I've got the greenhouse all swept out. You can see we got the stone and the brick put on it last year, and she's all ready to rock and roll. So she's all swept out. She's got the shelving in it. Now we just need to take all the plants here from our gardens and from around the house, and we need to prep everything to bring it back into the greenhouse. Now what you want to do is you want to use just a touch of bleach and some water, and you want to clean all your pots, all your shelves, the glass. I mean, you just want to get it really nice and clean. You want to make sure that your fans are working, that your heating system's working, that you have a backup system, which we do. It's just not in here yet. It's a propane tank. And we're getting also, by the way, we ran a 100 amp service on here, I don't know if you can see it here, onto the barn when we put in the deep earth bunker. And there's the new room addition. See, I'm coming right along on it. All I need is gutters and drywall and paint and flooring, and we're done, and some trim. So there's actually a light at the end of the tunnel, and now I can't put a patio pad on the back of that now until, of course, the dirt continues to settle over that deep earth bunker. But we're doing pretty good, so pretty happy with it. So while John gets this cleaned up, I'm going to finish scrubbing pots and sterilizing everything and getting everything put back into the greenhouse. Oh boy, we've got a few things. I had a lot of geraniums that lived and some verbena, but we'll trim everything back and we'll have it blooming again in about a week or 2. It'll be in full bloom. Going to add some fresh dirt with fertilizer in it to the pot. I'm going to trim back any dead heads, any bad stems. We've already washed the pot really well. Now we're just going to give it a nice fertilized drink of water. Now I'm going to find a really nice sunny window for this plant. But you know what? Of all the plants, I think I'm going to put this one on the little cafe table. So, okay, there we go. I think that under the picture looks like a good spot. Right in here. Oh, it's a heavy one. Oh, a little bit too big, you think? Okay, so I think that's a little too big. So I'm thinking it'll like it right here. What do you think? We'll bring that in and turn it every day. We'll have that looking good in no time. We've got a beautiful geranium here next to it. Oh, that'll work really well together. Again, we're just going to trim back the bad. Even if it has blooms on it, get rid of it. We want this to poof out. And right here, we have a geranium inside of here. We're going to dig that geranium out and we're going to give it its own little pot. We're hoping by next spring we have some Ooh, I can feel that fall breeze, can't you, John? Give it some fertilized dirt. bed that's in there. Smells a little moldy, that one does. Give it some fertilized water. Okay. Make sure your pot is clean. And there we have it. We got a nice pot. I've got a nice place to bring my laptop out here and do some writing. And in the middle of the winter, this can get up in the daytime about 65 degrees, 70 degrees in here in the middle of the winter. So we just adjust the temperature for the day and the night, and we have a temperature reading out here that tells us what the temperature is in the house on our digital thermometer there just above the camera. I'll show you that to you in just a minute. But with the circulation of the fan, I can really feel this starting to brighten up with flowers. And believe it or not, these will bloom better in this greenhouse this winter than they did all summer outside in the drought. I just couldn't keep them watered, and we had all that construction going. I'm a very busy person. I haven't even been able to even write this year, so strange but true. But I'm happy with this. Now, winterizing this greenhouse, you could probably put some bubble wrap either around the base of your plants. That's a really good idea. Just keep them deadheaded, and keep it swept out in here. Put a few ladybugs in here. We've already got some crawling around on the plants already from last year. They kind of stayed with us, so that's fine by me because they'll eat the aphids and the insects. So ladybugs are a good thing. So if you can release some of those in your greenhouse, they'll live a couple of weeks through the winter eating the rest of the stuff from outside that you brought in. Remember to bleach the pots before you put a plant in them. Don't bring anything from outside into your greenhouse, and don't bring anything from somebody else's greenhouse in without checking it over and looking at the bottom of the leaves and checking it really well. Okay? So I know some people, when you have a greenhouse, a lot of people will want to bring their flowers over to you and let you winter them over. Not a good idea unless you check them really well and change their pots. Make sure that their pots have been bleached. Just a little bit of bleach in the water to wash the pot in. Then fill it with fresh fertilized soil. Put the plant back in again. Upgrade the size of pot if you can. I know that when your greenhouse is small like mine, you can't go with really large pots. But this is how I do it. And I've been successful since I put this one up. And then in the spring we'll start our garden of plants. And you've seen how many tomatoes we got from our plants we started in here. We made chili sauce, tomato juice, and all kinds of really good yummy things. And I'm still canning. So I think that's it. I better get back at it. Don't want my husband to do all the work. And this pot here, which can, I think, be salvaged. How do we want... I'm not sure what color this geranium is, but we'll just put a red one in with it and hope that it's maybe a pink or a white one. Or maybe he's going to have a little red right there. Okay. A little fresh fertilizer there. That should promote some bushiness. There we go. Happy little camper now. Need some water. I think he found a happy home right there. Okay, we've just brought in this beautiful sago palm. It's about 3 years old now. And we've got this great verbena here. And as we go, we're just going to kind of hang some decorations here. There we go. Decorating it up a bit as we go. Adding some little lucky Indian stones here to the clay pots. When these are wet, they actually stay moistened and help put off heat to the pot. Alright, so everything's starting to take shape. We're just going to keep going. Okay, we got it done. We've got all the plants put back into the greenhouse, and I'm so excited because that starts our winter season in the greenhouse, and coming out here every couple of days, and with my little digital piece here, I'll be able to check the temperature and the moisture and the humidity of the greenhouse and the house. You can see it's already starting to rain in here a little bit, and that's with the door open. We're going to get one of those wax lifters to lift open our vent. And look at this. I'm covered in mud. It takes some effort, but hang on for a second here and I'll show you around. You can see we got the garden all prepared, and all the plants we had sitting here are back into the greenhouse. And look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? I have a beautiful vignette with my table and chair set there, and this is a great place for me to come out and write. And I just took a picture that I found that I liked from Big Lots and hung it with a couple of bees and butterflies, and just use fishing line, or you can use some flower wire, you know, that comes like with roses in a flower shop. I think I use that, yeah. And or you can use a fishing line. And then I just did a couple of coats on both the front and the back side of some polyurethane, that spray-on kind, and it smelled pretty strong, so I had to leave it outside for a couple of days. But isn't that just beautiful? And then you come in, and I have my cardinals sitting in my pot, my tornado, what's called, I call it a tornado fan, but it's called a vornado. I got my greenhouse sign and my butterfly. I've got to repaint this when it faded over the summer. We've got the heater, and it'll keep up with it, and up to well, down to about 20 degrees, 25 degrees, and then we have to do auxiliary heat, which is our propane heat. But we're going to put in a 30 amp service, and we're going to get a larger heater in here next year. The white geraniums, just since I've put things in here and cleaned them up and put some nice fertilized dirt with them, they're already perking back up again. Put our little angel in here. Isn't she pretty? The Lord is with you. Alright, we have lots of colors of verbena, lots of geraniums, and we'll be filling this in with more flowers as we go. I'm not sure what this plant's called. If anybody knows, leave a comment below. I've got my sago palm. We separated all the geraniums out of the larger pots. And then here I brought in some lemon thyme, some sage, some French thyme, some strawberries, some chives that I had growing already in this pot, and some oregano and some other thyme. So yeah, we're going to be fine on some herbs for this winter. And then my petunias that I planted from seed are coming in full bloom. So that'll be beautiful in here in a couple of days. And then here we have some more verbena under the pot of my sago palm. We have some more ivy geraniums. We saved some more geraniums here. So, I mean, we have room here for some more things. We just filled up our milk jugs with some water. So we're recycling here, and that's, you can even paint these black. That will help absorb the heat, and this will release the heat of the water at night. And or you can use it to water your plants, because it'll be the same temperature as the greenhouse, so that way you don't shock your plants. We got some more ivy geraniums here. We're looking directly into the sun here on you, aren't we? Then here, I just have my switch to the light. We got plenty of outlets, so I'm happy. Now, when this brick floor gets wet, and I'll water it here before I leave, that will help release moisture back into the greenhouse. And then the brick heats up during the day and releases heat at night as well, as it releases the moisture. So a brick paving floor is really a good idea for the bottom of your greenhouse. But this is Chef and Builder Janie Pendleton, and I hope you've enjoyed the day with us as we brought our plants, our summer plants and fall plants, back into the greenhouse for the winter. And we'll check in throughout the winter and we'll let you know how it's doing. Blessings. Hi, this is Chef chef and builder Janie Pendleton. As you can see, I'm out in the greenhouse today. We're in mid-November in central Indiana. The weather today is about, well, let's see, in the greenhouse it's 87 degrees. I'll show that to you here on the thermostat in just a minute. And outside it's probably about 55, probably, maybe probably more like 50, I would say. And I can go in on the digital thermometer and we can see that from right next to the master bedroom suite bed. So I've got it all set up, so just in case something happens in the middle of the night, I can come out here and kick on another heater, and I can show all that to you in just a minute. Now, I just posted the video, in the same video, of when we brought all the flowers in for the winter. And fall weather had gotten to them. They didn't look very well at all. And here we are less than 2 weeks later, and everything is just going really, really well. I've came through here and I have deadheaded the leaves and the flowers. I've swept, and I'm going to show this to you in just a minute. Everything is just coming in full bloom. I mean, look at the coloring on that. It is absolutely gorgeous. This has been, since I built this greenhouse, this has been the best hobby that I can tell you that I have ever come up with. I'm really enjoying it, and I just think that this is something for the money. I've got $500 and some from Menards in the top structure. I've got probably about $400 or $500 in the bottom structure, including the brick floor, and us doing all the work ourselves. So for about $1,000, you know, plus your investment of your flowers. And let me tell you how this is going to pay back, okay? Because these are going to go back on my porch next spring. All right? If I can get these through the Indiana blizzards and sub-zero temperatures here, sometimes we get like below 30 degrees. But the average temperature here runs around 22 to 15 degrees. Somewhere right in there is our average temperature in central Indiana throughout most of the winter. Usually if you have snowing and blizzards, that's usually a good thing. The temperatures for it to snow is not so far down there. We get a lot of ice storms as well. So we could wrap this in bubble wrap, and I was going to, and you want to use the large bubble wrap, the 1-inch bubble wrap, because the more air space inside the bubble holes, well, of course, the more heat retention that you get, and the more sun that can come through with less cold. And you could do that, and we're considering it for this winter, but we also have the heaters that will keep up. So and we have a extra propane heater, and I'm going to post that video as well on the same video. Okay, I'm going to piece some videos together for you here. But I mean, this is, you know, a lot of you know that I'm also an author. I do a wide genre of novels when I have time. That's in my winter time, because in the summer and the warmer seasons, you know, I'm in construction. And so, and you can see those videos on my page as well. I show you how to construct this greenhouse. So I show you how to construct this greenhouse on YouTube. You know, this is how we did it, and it's functioning, it's working, and these are my methods. You can follow your own methods. I can see one of my ladybugs crawling around in here. That's good. That means the ladybugs we set free in here are still alive, and I've seen 3 or 4 of them so far while I've been in here watering. Now, I've only had to water once every 3 or 4 days now. So, you want to fertilize about once every month and a half to 2 months in the winter. So you don't only really have to fertilize once or twice in the winter. You don't have to fertilize that often. A lot of them will tell you a little more often, but you don't have to do that. Mine, you can see all these flowers, by the way, are my flowers that were in the greenhouse last winter. Okay? So they're here, they're thriving, and these were cuttings from my greenhouse last year. And some of my geraniums, well, they're getting a pretty good size. Now, my dog ate a few of my planters, the ones that were made out of foam. Yeah, my dog ate them and tore them to pieces. So I tried to save what I could, but we have a Siberian Husky, as a lot of you know. You can see the video of her on my YouTube channel as well. She's normally a sweetheart, but she likes to eat my plants. So, but I can come out here and I can write, and this is just a very relaxing place to be. And like when the cloud goes over, you know, it still stays very warm in here. The brick floor helps to retain the heat and the moisture. I just get the floor wet. Whenever I'm watering, I just kind of get the floor wet, and I let that rise as well. And you can see how the moisture in here, I don't know if you can see that behind me here. There you go. But you can see the moisture here behind me. And, you know, so I'm really happy with it. And I hope that you give this a try. And if you have any questions, just leave your questions or your comments below. I hope you subscribe. And I hope you come along for the ride for the next video, because we're going back into the kitchen again, where somebody sent me a beautiful, beautiful gift. And you got to go over to that video to find out what that is today. And when I get the video posted, I'll put the link here. And we'll see what that gift is. You know, if a lot of you want to send me gifts so that you can be on my videos, that's fine. I will definitely hook a link to you and your page. Just send it to 2918 Alba Drive, Lebanon, Indiana 46052, and we'll see if we can't get you on one of my videos, one of the links up, okay? And we'll link over to you. So, just a little way for us to help each other out. So, I'm no longer commercial free. I did break down and become a YouTube partner, but that was because of the Google Plus pages and everything, and to be able to comment. So, so be sure and hit those commercials and support the video makers, the videographers out there, and the small company owners. Remember, family-owned businesses, and that's what's going to get us through these hard times, is supporting our hometowns and our homegrown people. Okay? So that's my vlog for the day, and we're heading also back in today to do another interview with my husband, who we're both ordained ministers, and he wanted to hit on a few subjects today, and I don't normally film him, so he wanted to do an interview for YouTube today, and I said I'll happily do it. So I don't know if we're going to do it at the chapel today or if we're going to do it at his home office. It's going to be up to him, but he's got some subjects, and I will put that link here. Okay? So, love ya. God bless ya. Thanks for subscribing, and stay with me, because we got a lot of great videos this winter coming for you. A lot of good videos, from canning to dehydrations to vacuum sealing to, I mean, I've got a video I'm getting ready to post for brown sugar. That link I'll put there. So we got a lot going on. The room addition's coming along. The drywallers will be done tomorrow. They're going to do the knockdown ceiling tomorrow. I'm extremely excited. Just in just Jesus' name, we're so excited, and good things are happening for us. Now, a lot of you do know that I did lose my granddaughter. My son lost his baby 3 weeks before the due date. A lot of you have sent me messages and well wishes on that. I want to thank my fans and my loved ones and my friends, all of you, for the private messages and the love and the cards and stuff that you've sent out. That's, oh my gosh, the outpouring was huge. And, you know, hundreds and hundreds of sympathy cards and letters and things. And, that's my daughter. We're going to invite her on in. Hi, Jasmine. We're on. Oh my God. We're on. Come on in. Hi. You scared me.
I scared you.
Come on in. This is Jasmine. What do you think? Here, have a seat. Have a seat in the hot spot.
In the hot spot?
This is the vlog spot. So what do you think? These flowers have been out here for 2 weeks. Okay, we're going to show you the flowers now. So what do you think? Isn't this gorgeous? It smells really good out here, doesn't it? But look how well.
This is Petey, the bird.
Is that Petey the bird? Did you name it? What are you naming her?
Margaret.
Margaret and Petey. Mm-hmm. Okay, Margaret and Pete. Okay, we have
PT.
PT. PT. We have to say PT.
Not Pete.
Okay.
Like P-E-T-E-Y.
Daughter's home from Purdue, so I'm doing her laundry. How did I get stuck doing that? So anyway, there's the flowers. Be sure and fill your water jugs up. Let them heat up with the sun before you do your watering. It's best to do your watering early in the morning or in the evening. In the evening is best, really. Oh, it's right here. It's yeah. Well, the temperature's dropped a little bit since we opened the door, so about 83, 85. So We got the
Feels like
fan going.
summertime out here. I just come out here whenever I want to feel summertime.
Yeah, I know. It feels good, doesn't it? And you look at this nice sunny picture with the flowers, and you just feel like you're in a whole different time of year, you know? Look how good this one's doing now. This right here.
I brought my flowers out here.
Oh, do you have some to bring? Bring them home.
Well, my flowers from the funeral.
Oh, okay. Well, bring them on home. Bring it on home. Yeah, I mean, they're doing really great. We even have daisies growing. And look at the petunias. Remember the petunias we planted by seed a couple of weeks ago? Look at them now.
Dang.
And the transplants of the 2 weeks into our transplants. Our transplants were about the size of this one.
I feel like you need a bigger greenhouse.
I do need a bigger greenhouse, but this is hobby size. I mean, this is our verbena is blooming. Look at this piece of verbena that I planted last spring in here when I had that little stumpy piece, and I stuck it in there. This is the sago palm with verbena. We got our little cherub here hanging out.
Ouch.
Look at even the red geraniums are blooming that I saved off of Dad's grave.
They look really good, don't they?
Yeah, they look real good. Oh, I found a deadhead. Football player. No, okay, tell everybody, how tall is your boyfriend?
He is 6'8".
He's 6 feet 8 inches, and he's not the tallest kid in his family.
No.
It's hot in here, so let's move on back out. Yeah. All right, here's the outside view. This is Chef and Builder Janie. Enjoy.